Meeting March 2nd.
I'll make that motion.
The second.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion for the secretary's report for the month.
I'll make that motion.
The second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion for the payments of the bond, the Borough of Borough, $5,590. The revenue cost, $61.50.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Aye.
We have a letter from Attorney Pablo regarding St. Mary's Church. Enclosed herein, please find a copy of a letter request sent to Father McGloin regarding the above referenced facility. Within this letter is a formal request of the Borough of Jessup for a building inspection and fire safety issues. I have thoroughly laid out the issues and have spoken to borough officials about the church previously. Not only myself, but many members of the church and borough residents have concerns regarding the maintenance and safety of the building. I will be present at the Borough Council meeting on April 6th. There's an attached letter to Father McGloin. I think we just have to give this to Rick to look over.
This is what those guys are doing.
There is an invitation to the Lackawanna County Commissioners Business and Baseball on April 22nd at the PNC Field. And there's also a letter for the Lackawanna County Association of Boroughs. Their dinner is April 16th at the Regal Room. If anybody's going, let Sharon know. I don't think anybody's attending this one. And we have a letter of acceptance from Dr. Broder. We had requested him to come in and go over all the zoning in Jessup. And this is his letter of his hourly rate and the effective date. We need a motion and an approval on it.
Might make a motion to,
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Maggie Looney,
For
Michael Gasper, Pat Purpose, Joe Mulatto, Randy Santarelli, Lorraine Stevens,
4.
Jim Bernozzi, all in favor.
Now, you can ask you, was that a motion for him to rewrite or make changes or update, or just
well, up to go over, review it,
All,
to review it?
all ordinances, because that hasn't been done in, I don't know how long.
Everything.
Right, but
Since he was first on council.
Yeah.
For years and years, the ordinance wasn't changed.
I mean, there's been no other firm that you're looking at doing that besides Marvin?
We talked about Mark Brown for the last 2 months.
I don't think there's any other firm around here that does that.
I could have given you a name.
Call Ricky Tony. St. Mary's Church. Give Ricky some, come on.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, great. We also received a ton of emails for and against hemp energy. We're not gonna read them all. If anyone has any questions, they can get copies off Sharon.
Most of the accepted application.
make that motion.
I'll second it.
How many for how many?
Aye.
Now, I think we discussed everything at the work session. The crosswalk application is completed. I'm gonna hand that off tonight. Talk about it. I have a meeting set up this week with Rick and our engineer regarding the sidewalks on Basilica Street, as well as the aerial maps of the mountain, so we can address the stormwater. And estimate for the bathrooms uptown is complete before the authority and the commissioners, probably early next week. No, that's
Mike,
it.
yeah, Mike does.
Mike?
All right, the first quarter meeting of the fire companies and the council representatives took place on March 16th at 6:30 PM here at the Borough Building. Representing host company number 1 was John Zelinski and Roland DeLuny. Host company number 2 in the ambulance was Stephen Petoniak, Richard Troiani, and the borough was represented by Pat Kerpus and myself, Mike Gaster. Discussion was the host company insurance policies. These policies were priced way out, and the host companies, through Brian Pashodi, who represents the VFIS insurance, took it and he got them better policies for less money at full replacement cost to everything. The fire truck's $500,000 totaled out, they get a $500,000 check. Any of the equipment, smashed, totaled, whatever, it's full replacement cost, not what it's estimated to be like a car. You total out a car, they give you so much. This is full replacement on everything, the buildings, the pavilions, at number 2 and at number 1. And the thing is, the best, they saved $9,632 by switching insurance. So, what we're planning on doing, we have a price, because they asked for new pumps to pump out basements, because the host companies respond to flooding, to buy 6 new pumps at a total cost of $3,368.80. So, by doing that, and the hoses, the borough saved $6,263.20. And now, we're gonna pay their whole insurance. That's gonna be their liability, the general liability, the crime, the portable equipment, the management liability, the access liability. On every piece of equipment the host company owns, both of them. Because they said, if you read Sunday's paper, the volunteers are going down from 300,000 down to 70. I, as chairman of this committee, want to do everything I can to protect the homeowners as well as these host companies. And I'm gonna ask for a motion that we pay these insurances for the host company.
Mike, I'll be happy to make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second that motion.
Who seconded?
Randy.
Maggie Loney? Michael Gaster?
4.
Pat Kerpus? Joe Malato?
4.
Randy Santarelli?
4.
Lorraine Stevens?
4.
Jim Bernazzo?
Four.
All in favor.
And also you and Pat did a good job negotiating
Yeah.
and working with host companies. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Mike and Pat.
And one more thing. The host companies would like to have the borough attorney draw up an ordinance to allow the EMS and the fire departments to charge for damaged equipment that if they don't get paid by the insurance from VFIS, to sue the company, because the problem they had with the Scranton Cooperage fire, they lost money. Host company lost, number 1, lost a chunk of money.
Well, they had to come
On
up
that.
with $16,000 to cover the
So-
damages, and then eventually they did get 90%.
They got 90%, but they're still 10%
Still
back.
10%.
Still, but they still
This
had to
is
come
to
up
make-
initially with
Right.
that amount of money.
This is to make up the difference. If anything doesn't, then they go after the owner.
Could I ask a question?
Yep.
Is this just for businesses, or would a homeowner be charged as well?
That's
That,
something Rick would have to.
Rick would have to go into that. And, the other thing we have, and Pat has it written down, Pat, if you don't
Okay.
mind,
They also were looking, it was Steve who requested this, an ordinance regarding fire hydrants. I guess the ordinance right now calls for a property to be at least within 500 feet of a fire hydrant. Well, BAE and on the mountain is 700 feet. And he said, whereas McLean, because they were back further, has, they install them themselves and have 11 fire hydrants around their property. So anybody that does build, they would like them to install fire hydrants if they're beyond that 500 feet. These are things we're going to refer to Rick So we can look into it, you know, to see what we can do as far as coming up with an ordinance to meet these requirements. Okay?
Okay.
You guys gonna work with Rick on that?
Yes, yes, we will.
Yes, I do. I just wanna let you know that last week I took part in the Meals on Wheels volunteering. It was the National March for Meals. It's a campaign to raise awareness of senior hunger and the problem that's impacting our communities across the United States. And it's a very worthwhile cause. If anyone has time to volunteer with Meals on Wheels, delivering meals to the elderly, they would be very happy to have your service. I did receive a letter from Marge Kowalko from the First Presbyterian Church on Third Avenue, thanking us, and applauding our DPW for the snow removal this past winter. And, they were very appreciative because on Third Avenue, they do not have a parking lot. And the streets, all the borough streets, she felt were kept very clean and their parishioners were able to get to church. And then the last thing that I have was, I was approached by Father McGlone and Beverly Leffery, and they asked me to acknowledge and express their deep appreciation to the following police officers who assisted with traffic control and provided a safe environment for parishioners to attend services on Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and Easter Sunday. And these officers on different shifts were Bob Berta, Bob Bastek, Mike Arthur, Patrick Gibbons, Jason and Bob Kraftcheck, and Tom Markowitz. So thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Please
Thank
That's all I have. Thank you. Yes.
Go to public. Maybe as you signed in, look at one at a time.
There was a sign-in sheet?
That's okay.
Yes, there's a sign. Jeanette Miller.
Jeanette, no.
Jeanette Miller. I'm referring to you council people. Who's spreading the rumor around and lying to people and telling them that if this energy plan doesn't go to Jessup, it's gonna go to Archibald? I got calls from a majority of people from up the hills of Archibald, up in another part of Archibald, Einan, Peckville, and people coming to my house and asking me, is it true that if this plan doesn't go to Jessup, it's going to go to Archibald? And the council up in Archibald, the mayor, not the last councilman, he said it at a meeting in the Legion that it will not come to Archibald, so don't worry about it. And I told the people that, and I'm tired. I had a man come to the house today and ask me. People from Jessup came to my house. I got phone calls. I don't need this. Thank you.
Yeah. I live in Jessup, 1012 Oak Street. I'm not giving you my phone number because I don't want to call. But I got something in the paper yesterday where UGI is already upgrading the lines going up to the power plant. Is this a done deal already, this power plant?
It's got the same paper,
I
baby.
got it right here.
I got the same
Right
paper.
here, let me read it. The utility company plans to upgrade 19 miles of existing lines and construct 3 miles of new lines. I have none.
Well, what to do is you should come in
That's
today
true.
because Borough Council.
Well, I mean, like, why would they wanna do this, Jim?
We don't
Why
have
if
nothing,
they-
we don't have nothing on that article.
Well,
I just answered your question.
okay, then it's up to you as our council to get with UGI and find out why they're putting this in the paper and why they're doing this.
Our
Why
attorney,
are they upgrading
our
us?
attorney does that.
Well, then, you
No.
want
Come on.
Okay, well, I'd like an answer as soon as ASAP.
Mabel, I'd like an answer too. I
Yeah.
would like an answer, because I had that paper right.
As far as I'm concerned, when I read this,
Because that's
it
what
was
it
a done
sounds like,
deal.
that's what it sounds like to
They're
me
going,
too.
they're
Yes.
putting it in,
That's
and
right.
they don't care what the people of Jessup say.
Mabel, the first we saw was in the paper. No one has come to this council.
You know what I'd like a written response to this. 1012 Blakely Street in Jessup, you can write my address down, but I'm not giving my phone number.
On another note, I was contacted by the National Park Service, Department of Interior. The Steamtown train would like to do an excursion to Jessup on August 16th. It's a Sunday, and we are going to ask permission to use Station Park. We're going to ask permission to make it a St. Evaldo Society fundraiser. What they do is they sell tickets, and his name was John Musha, M-U-C-H-A. He's the park ranger. He says 150 people or better take this train. It kind of looks like a sand train, and they take it, and they like to, let me give you an example. And I printed these up. Last year they went to Queen City, and they toured the churches. They stopped at Thursdays. Okay, this year we like to offer them food in the park down at Station Park, and we would use it as a St. Evaldo Society fundraiser because we decided we're not going to the festa this year. So we would use this and sell the food. They come, they know they're gonna plan on eating there and they're paying for it, but they would like to go to see the chapel. They did a virtual tour on Google Earth, and they really were impressed. No one knows the true story. No one knows about a crazy fountain that you run around a few times to get stuck and you get a certificate. They were really interested. To make a long story short, this guy was really enthusiastic. He said, you know, I think we could get something to work here. He said, I had a man film this last year. You see his name in this little brochure. His name is Vin Shuta. I said, well, like, wait a minute. That's my husband's cousin. So it's all going to work all together. I would like to have Italian singers in the park, offer Italian food for them. Michael Capolini, I'm sure we all know Michael, already is going to be our tour guide. He is going to take us on the tour. He will do it when we like. I'm trying to work with Unico and bring some people from Unico in with their heritage and kind of make it.
Will it be a walking tour?
Yes, absolutely. If they wanted now, if anybody has any suggestions, I'm open for them. I have an open committee, and if you want to sign up, they're more than happy to come to the society meeting. It's held the first Thursday of every month over at the chapel. Anybody have any suggestions, please come forward. I'm open to anything. If we do want to go up the hill, the park ranger did, I'll see if I can get the tram again. Because people are elderly and it's hard enough to walk the hill.
Yes.
But if there's something uptown that I don't know about, that they would like to see, I'm game, I'm open for
What's the
anything.
date of this, Larry?
But it's definitely going to be August 16th.
So Sharon, can we put them in for August 16th? And,
Yeah.
Lori, if you want to put something on our website.
Okay, absolutely. That's why I wanted to start a little promo on it and invite the whole town, not only these 150 people. I was even thinking about going to storytelling and things like that. Anything to make it interesting to them. But a little history down there, a little coal miners.
Absolutely.
So
Hopefully,
Michael will work with me.
the viaduct.
They'll
It'll be finished by then.
I hope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go out there,
Yes,
absolutely.
that's really
And
gonna
that's
be
a
beautiful.
story in itself, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, thank you very much. Oh, and I'm Lori Marino, from 604 Church Street, I forgot to put that. Thank you.
Jason.
How you doing? Jason Petrosco, Center Street. I also don't want to give out my phone number tonight. I'm only speaking tonight because I just want to clear something up out of the meeting minutes. Next to my name, for the last meeting, it says that I uttered these words. Natural gas is cleaner than coal. It has zero emission. In case anyone's unclear what my position is on this plant so far, I wanted to clarify that I will never say that this plant will have zero emission. Okay? It has plenty of emissions.
That's in the borough.
That's in the borough meeting minutes. So I just want to have that record set straight because I don't want anyone to think that I would say that.
So you didn't say that?
No, ma'am. Furthermore, after the DEP meeting relating to emissions, I'm even more concerned about this plant. I'm even more disturbed by how disingenuous this company is being. I never said it has zero emissions, right? They're trying to tell us that their pollution is actually going to decrease our pollution. If you folks were at Fiorelli's, they did have that slide there that said, hey, this plant's awesome. Put it in place and you're going to see this percentage reduced in carbon dioxide. You're going to see this much percentage reduced in sulfur dioxide. And in the fine print it says, by displacing older inefficient coal plants, I'm sure everyone here knows that we have no older inefficient coal plants in our town, so their pollution will not be decreasing.